months straight. Going into that Saints game last year, Giants fans, had we won that game, we would have been thinking wild card. I know that's crazy to think that the Giants was competing for a playoff spot, but had we won in New Orleans, we really would have been competing for a playoff spot. Alright, look. Shout out to my boy Jalin Hyatt, man. You know, over the past few weeks, since I came back to YouTube in a weird way. So, cut it, bring it back. Alright, look. Shout out to Jalin Hyatt for saying what needs to be said. This Giants team is good. Make no mistake about it. This is a good team. And if you remember, when the schedule leaked, I said the Giants will still win between 8 and 10 games, regardless of the quarterback. That's because we got the best defensive tackle in the NFL, now that Aaron Donald retired. We got Brian Burns. We got Kayvon Thibodeau. We got a solid corner, Deonte Banks. We got a top 5 inside linebacker in Bobby O. The Giants have a lot of great talent on defense. You never know. Our new coordinator may even be able to unlock Isaiah Simmons, and then we really going to be cooking. So, I look at the defense and I say, you know what? We have a top 10 defense, maybe top 5. Maybe a top 5 defense. So we got the defense in place, right? On offense, it's a little skeptical. But here's the thing about offense, right? If we get 2022 Daniel Jones, then we'll be fine. If you get 2022 Daniel Jones, Malik Neighbors, Jalin Hyatt, Wan'Dale Robinson, because remember, Wan'Dale got hurt in like November, the year we went to the playoffs. So Danny really didn't get a chance to play with Wan'Dale like that. So if we get 2022 Daniel Jones and not bizarro Daniel Jones that we got in 2023, we should at worst have a top 15 offense. Our offense should at worst be an average offense. If we get 2022 Daniel Jones, at worst, we should have an average offense, a top 10 defense. That equals 500 football. At the minimum. At the minimum. Now, the NFC is not that tough. You know, the NFC, in my humble opinion, is not that tough. So I'm thinking, I think we can make the playoffs. I think Jalin Hyatt is right. I think as long as Daniel Jones shows up and plays like he did 2 seasons ago, we can make the playoffs. Our schedule is not that tough. And I just look at it from this perspective, right? When you look at the Giants, this is a Giants team that won 6 games and probably should have won 9 without Daniel Jones. Because every game we lost with Daniel Jones, we were supposed to lose with Daniel Jones. We didn't win a game that we were like, okay, let me take that back. We probably should have lost to the Cardinals under Daniel Jones. But Daniel Jones did Daniel Jones. Okay, fine. If you think about it, Tyrod Taylor was supposed to beat the Rams, and Tyrod Taylor was supposed to beat the Bills, and Tyrod Taylor was supposed to beat the Jets. Okay? Those are 3 wins that Tyrod Taylor was supposed to give the Giants. So if you give the Giants those 3 wins, we have 9 wins with 2 backup quarterbacks. 2. So I'm just saying back, like, come on, man. You can't sit here and not think the Giants can make the playoffs when we was damn near competing for a playoff spot last year because Tommy DeVito won for a month straight. Remember, Tommy DeVito won for a month straight. Going into that Saints game last year, Giants fans, had we won that game, we would have been thinking wild card. I know that's crazy to think that the Giants was competing for a playoff spot, but had we won in New Orleans, we really would have been competing for a playoff spot. So I don't understand why everybody thinks the Giants are going to be some trash team next year. I don't see it. I don't see how we're supposed to be trash when we damn near was a playoff team last year, and then the year before that, we won a road playoff game because we had the good Daniel Jones. So Jalin Hyatt, he's actually he's right. This is a playoff team. The New York Football Giants are a playoff team, as long as Daniel Jones is serviceable. If we get 2022 Daniel Jones, we can win the division. That's how good that Daniel Jones was. If we could get the Daniel Jones that has 7 game-winning drives, if we could get the Daniel Jones that carried practice squad players to the second round of the playoffs, if we could get the anointed one, if we could get that guy, we're going to the playoffs. Okay? Now, if we get Bizarro Danny, okay, if we get the reverse flash version of Daniel Jones, then I don't know. All bets is off. Then it all just comes down to how long do they let him screw the season up before they bench him for Drew Lock. Yeah, Drew Lock. I forgot his name. So, that's really what we're looking at, Giants fans. That's simple. We got a top 10 defense. Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, and Kayvon Thibodeau are all going to be competing for 10-plus sacks. I can't picture Kayvon Thibodeau not having a great season on the opposite side of Brian Burns. Ojulari is always injured. Ojulari's never healthy. So it's like, now Kayvon, for the first time in his career, is going to have a pass rusher who's better than him playing on the opposite side. So now Kayvon's going to get a lot of one-on-ones that he hasn't been able to get since he got to the Giants because Ojulari was always hurt. Dexter Lawrence, Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeau, Brian Burns. That's a mean-ass pass rush rotation. I don't care what anybody said. That's a mean-ass pass rush rotation. So I'm looking forward to seeing the defense, man. Now that Darren Waller retired, we got to go get a corner. There's got to be a veteran corner, a Gilmore, a Dory, whoever. There's got to be a veteran corner we can go out there and sign. I like the second-round safety we drafted. We're in a good spot, Giants fans. I strongly believe that we're going to the playoffs. I strongly believe that Daniel Jones is going to play his ass off because he's playing for a contract. Jalin Hyatt's right. We should be a good team next year. We really should be a good team, man. But anyway, that's it. That's all. Hit that like button. Hit that sub button. Drop the FUs in the comments if you rockin' with me. And stay vicious. Dismissed.